What are you really here for?
Is it to prove someone wrong?
Or to prove yourself right?
Dial him. Send it. They're catching up to me, man.
What a win, Dan. P1.
Yes! Yes!
And with that, I welcome you all to the Formula Assetto Open League here in the Turkish Grand Prix, Round 1, Season 1. And it's one to look forward to, one that has been anticipated for nearly 2 years now. It's a Grand Prix held on here in Turkey, quite a spectacular track length 5.338 kilometers, first Grand Prix ever held in 2005, Formula 1 with the fastest lap held by the 2005 F1 cars with 1:24.7. It has 14 corners, not 34, 14 corners, and, well, many corners that all overtake opportunities on this extremely fun track with the Lola B99, the 1999 Formula 3000 cars, so one of our older kind of cars, and, well, one that is to be looked forward to. The race will start anytime soon, and, well, lots to be spoken about. Who will take the top spot? We have quite a few drivers here who have respect on the name. Some drivers who want to show their worthy, want to show their old dominance once again. And basically, it is all to be seen here in Turkey. Any moment now, we will switch our eyes onto the track, and when that goes, we'll have it ready. Here we go. We will have eyes on track, down the pit lane, 15 minutes of qualifying. I'm your commentator, Captain Foxy, for today's round, and one to be looked forward to. Audio should be on now as well. We have a few cars out as well. Nichols and Prentic going out here, showing already what they've got. And Sector 1, as we see on the bottom right there, quite a tricky complex. Of course, turn 1 basically is a downhill left-hander, followed by a long right-hander, which is about flat in these cars, so we'll suffer a bit of understeer. And then comes the S's, which we have Andy Park and Hawk go through right now. One complex where a mistake can really pay so much damage to your lap time. As qualifying now is going to be important. We are seeing all the cars out on track. Of course, as far as I understood, the drivers will know. For them, it's a local qualifying round. As I believe, as we look at the back, we see on the minimap the cars, but not on the actual track. So that's something to look forward to. We are seeing the cars. They should not be seeing themselves. So it's going to be a clean, open qualifying session. No one's going to have an advantage. So important there to note. Of course, Sector 1 ends after turn 6, right as we see on the right hand side. Then it's a sharp right hand, that's turn 7 uphill, and then a long turn 8 left. It is made out of a few corners, but all counts as one corner. Then it's a chicane of turn 8, 9 and 10. And then we have a long straight with a little kink, turn 11. And then the final couple corners, as we see here, Al Karim Kunas. I apologize if I do butcher the names. It's my first time saying them as well. So do correct me afterwards for next time round. And then the final couple corners consisting of 12, 13 and 14. Left, right, left. One where you have to go buttery smooth to have a good concentration through there. And also a nice flowing complex. It is quite sharp, and of course these cars have groove tires, so they are not 100% on grip with those, but everyone has the same disadvantage in that regard. So whoever managed to get in grip with the car the best, whoever has done the most practice, got comfortable there, is gonna get themselves up top. We have Nicole's already going up for a lap, that 1:49.6. That is still the out lap, so we will see now. Nicole's going through the complex, turn 8. Now I'll also pull up the live timings to take a look at sector times to see Andy Park going purple in sector 1 with 34.915. While currently Nicole's, we're currently looking at the 148, but Peter Prentic currently, who set himself in P2, gone purple sector 2, and Andy Park immediately taking it away. Andy is already looking to take off the in top spot with the banker lap here in the first couple laps of the qualifying session. Something that is very important, of course, ever. So, we see in qualifying a little bit of a battle entering turn 12 between Nichols and I believe there's Prentic there in front. No, Limkunas there in front, taking pass with the slipstream into turn 12. Quite a bit of an overtake opportunity. Let's see if they've just currently done their lap, so that might put them a little bit. There we go. Andy Park has completed their lap 1:38.0. That's already as fast as the fastest lap in practice before, which was quite a long practice, actually over 3 days. And Andy Park immediately lost no time to match that top of the leaderboard time. Wagenworth with a half a second distance going in P2, currently strong. In the back, Simon Fetova is currently improving in sector 2. Sector 1 was one of us slower, so we might see Sarah improve a little bit here. Currently, of course, everyone doing the banker lap, so the times will be green. For now, again here through the final complex, pretty solid in second gear, around 150 kilometers an hour. As you see on the bottom right, the HUD does tell how fast the driver is taking these corners, just for reference on how they take these corners. Going into turn 1, taking as much of the curb as possible, then the exit, and flat around turn 2. And then coming up to the complex of turns 3, 4, 5, and 6. Careful here, this is a big drop into the right-hander. We have multiple camerings as well. Then there's turn 5, and then a flat turn 6. Going on to a small straight, entering sector 2. Let's have a look how that sector time was on Sarah's time. That's green sector 1 at the bottom. You see 2 tenths of Andy Park. That's what the bottom part tells in regards with the top driver in the current session. We could see Sarah already looking to get herself up into P2. While that happened, Andy Park has improved by another 2 tenths. First driver to go below the 138, so 137.894. And that is incredibly done there already. Faster than practice, I believe, not showing his full potential there. Now pulling it out in qualifying, showing exactly what he can do. Lost another 4 tenths there in the middle sector. Mufetova now around 6.5 tenths up to Andy Park, and I meant more down, in the sense slower, 6 tenths slower than Andy Park, and that could still bring her up into the top 3 battle. Let's see these final couple corners, how well she's done here. It is another improvement in sector 2, so let's see across the line. The line is there, and it was a P5 improvement, 138.840. We have Jab Wagenworth as well currently going through. There's an out lap there, so a few drives out back onto the track to check out another few laps. We have a bit of time left, so let's see how that will go. 8 minutes left of the session, as you see on the top. Hopefully, I've also done it correctly. Let's hopefully see how much is left. Currently improving are the drivers currently in P10, P12. Lama, Kratochvil, and Krabra all improving on their best time in sector 1, but I believe sector 2 was no improvement. I'm not seeing. We are currently looking at Lama. It's saying green sector 2, so is Kratochvil. You might see there 28 seconds up on their time, so that will bring them up in the fighting contentious. Well, of course, there will be 2 seconds off, I believe, Andy Park, which bring them up into the P7 battle. So let's see Lama crossing the line. It is a P6 improvement. Where will Kratashvi cross the line? But up into P11, and then Krabbe going through the final couple corners, also improving on that time. Not having done a good banker lap, a valid banker lap for 4 minutes 30 seconds. Slower than Andy, that means that it was not one. So across the line there in the back we see, and it is an improvement in time, but not in position. Now down towards turn 1, and slowing down there is quite dangerous. Get off the racing line! Oh dear, Krabbe, that was dangerous. And I believe you saw another car go off there. That's Sparks going off in turn 7. Well, off the racing line so they can bring it back. Andy Park again improving purple sector 1. Who is slowing down Andy Park in tonight's qualifying session? No one currently has gotten close. But of course, I'm not going to talk too soon. 6 minutes left in the session. We still have lots to look forward to. About 2 to 3 laps if you are currently on hot laps. So good times left. You can do for the final couple corners around 110 kilometers an hour. A bit slower than we saw the other cars, but everyone has their own setup. Andy Park does like a bit of an aggressive car. And was cross the line. Another improvement there. There is a 3/10 improvement. 137.547. 7/10 up to P2. This man is unstoppable. We see Jaap Wagemov as well improving on their lap time, losing in sector 3, 1.1 seconds down to Andy Park, getting closer to Prentic there. In P2, Lama as well has improved, stays in P7. And Krabbe also is improving, but had an improvement last lap round. But currently it seems like the drivers who are currently on the lap right now are all on an out lap. And we'll see the first driver to start a lap. That might be Derek Vadlo-Derek. So towards turn 1 and 2, going flat through this complex here. Have an onboard look towards the chicanes here. Towards 3, then 4. Careful with the understeer. It just shows these groove tires how they're struggling with the understeer, but of course very much open setup. No limitations that you can change to the car. So it really does change on how you like to drive. That's 1 second down in sector 1 to Andy. But still looks good to be said for the improvement on their own lap time. But the yellow-purple sector 1 does seem to be quite more difficult. The pressure does build the longer the session goes. You just see other drivers around you improve and everything. You just get that feeling that you need to improve as well. That is quite a normal feeling as a driver to get. Through sector 2, will Derek improve in sector 2? The line is very much soon down now, and it is not an improvement. 8 times lost, as I believe this lap will not be a competitive lap time to be set on board. Tuki Gonzalez currently is improving by a mile. Tuki Gonzalez could jump up a lot of positions here. Going through, I believe there's a final complex now. 12, 13 and 14. Oh, the rear end stepping out. Oh, but he just caught it. Is this going to be improvement still? 139. It improves by a position, but that rear end loss and that final corner there, that was a make it or break it. Nicely kept though. That was a good save by Tuki Gonzalez. Could have got ended completely sideways, pun intended. But he managed to keep it on the asphalt. So let's see if they maybe go for another track, of course, another lap, of course, to fuel. Oh, Tuki Gonzalez really does like his car. Cried on the edge there. Again, locking the rears into the braking zone. Sliding all over the place, but in a controlled manner. It does seem like Tuki is going to go for a really aggressive car. Is this going to be helpful for race 1? Right as qualifying will end, you will jump immediately to race 1. And so we will see if the aggressive setup will pay off. Of course, turn 1 is going to be always a interesting turn 1. People, even if not turn 1, even if the race isn't won in turn 1, you do want to have every advantage there. But I am looking forward to a clean turn 1. Seeing on the lap time, Skalka is improving. I believe that's how you spell it. It's a Polish letters. I do have a bit of a different pronunciation, so do correct me afterwards on the names that I've pronounced wrong. Skalka going towards turn 12. A bit of a lock-up there, but very lightly. Now to keep it together, and now towards the final corner. The exit here is fundamentally important. Careful to not go over the track limits, and across the line, Skalka does improve, but not in position. Currently, that was one driver who improved in that lap. Cub as well, they're trying it again with 1 minute 30 remaining on the session. Going to a long turn 8 left-hander, hitting every apex that's possible. Careful the unders, they don't go off into the AstroTurf. I have heard the drivers talk that the AstroTurf on this track is very slippery. Catches you off quite easily. So we will see drivers avoid the AstroTurf on as much as possible. There we go. There we saw the AstroTurf going in action. Krabbe caught the two right driver tires on the green part of the AstroTurf and just lost it on acceleration. Had to correct it there, which lost quite a bit of time on the acceleration part of the straight. Now towards turn 12, trying to get a good line entry here towards turn 13. Bit of understeer. Can you manage to correct it for turn 14? Oh, that's a big snap on the exit, and that will hurt. Will you improve in lap time? It doesn't. It is an improvement, but not in position. And Sparks currently also responding on their old lap time. Purple sector 1 going down to sector end of sector 2. That's green there as well. 35 or 37. Currently half a second improvement on their time down towards the final complex of corners. Bit of smoke coming from the front tires, but that did not look like a lockup. That's a better line we've seen through there. Bit slower than what Andy has taken it there, so we see the difference in setup. And now across the line, the black and yellow car we go, and it is an improvement, but not in position. So quali comes to an end for Gonzalez, Skalka, and Kratoshki, who just completed the lap. Sparks just crossed the line to. He is able to do another lap just cross the line before the session came to an end. Andy Park currently an improvement again. Purple sector 1. 34. He's 2/10 improvement. Pentic is improved as well 3 laps ago. Got himself closer to Andy with only a 7/10 gap. So did Rimkunas. So they're all closer to Andy Park, but Andy Park does not accept that fact and will go for a better lap time through the chicane of turns 9 and 10. Now through turn 11, the right hand king basically flat through sector 2. That's a big loss. Lost out a bit of time in sector 2 there, but still on an improvement of 1/10 for Andy Park. Throughout the final complex now, hard on the brakes on that 100-meter board. Left-hander hugging the curb, then the right-hander. We see Andy Park, it's the fastest throughout this sector, reaching up to 120 km an hour. That's mighty on the curb there. Will this lap count? Yes, it will. 2/10 improvement, 137.36 here. We have a pole sitter, Andy Park, with an incredible final lap. And Prentic did not get close enough to get a fighting chance for the round 1. But of course, the race will switch everything up. Cars will be closer, slipstream effect, and everything. So I can't wait to see how that will play out. Rimkunas got himself up in P3, Wagenvoort in P4, Derek in P5, Sarah Mufetova in P6, Tuki Gonzalez in P7, Lama in P8, Sparks in P9, and Kaika round out the top 10 for round 1 here in the set of Formula Open. So round 1 already an incredible qualifying. I can't wait to see how the race start will go. We have 2 races to look forward to now. It starts with race 1, and then I believe it will be the top 10 reverse. Of course, we will find out. I might be wrong here. And then race 2 it will come down to the best of the best there. So we're waiting for, I believe, the session to switch over to race 1. Then it is Andy Park about to lead. Is gonna lead off into turn 1 with this amazing qualifying session. He did say, and in the race briefing, it was warned, careful with cold brakes at the start of the race. The brakes will not handle as good as they did in the qualifying session in those hot laps. So we will see drivers go be more careful into turn 1. We'll have the tower about to start. What will happen to turn 1? What's happened here? Hopefully as the race starts, we will have the tower. That is sad to see. The tower is gone. Did say the tower, the ACTV tower is a bit janky in the sense of it just disappears when it does want to. Hopefully as the race starts, we will have a better look. I will have my eyes towards here. So Andy Park will lead off with Peter Prentic into turn 1. I will set the camera up in a better way here so we have a good view of the cars. The lights will turn off any second and we'll see the lights on our screen. And that will happen. It is going to be go, go, go for all the drivers. Final changes to the setup with fuel, tires and a bit wings, whatever they do want to change before the start of the race, they can change it now before the race comes to a start. So top 8 reversed for race 2. I did a mistake with top 10. I meant the top 8. So, oh, there's a car missing on the grid. There's a car missing. That looks to be P8 is missing. I believe back to the pits. All internet issues. Who is that missing? They don't have much time left to decide to come back. If they do join late, they will be at the back of the grid or in the pit lane start. Which I believe there we see them. That's sad to see. We hear cars already revving. That shows that the race start is coming to a start here. Engines are revving louder. You can hear them from this far away. Who will get a good start? We see the drivers came back just in the final seconds. Peter's already weaving the tires, saying, go on, I want to get there towards turn 1. Can you have the shot? Lights on the screen now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. As it's go for round 1, we have a jump start already and towards turn 1. Andy Park got a good start. Where is it going to be? He's got a good shot out of there, going a bit wide. That's all cars gone off the track. Tuki Gonzalez, I believe that's another car taken off. Will the tower come back before the corner complex? Andy Park, I believe, got the start. The tower is not back. We have lost footage of the cars. Look at the timing board. We'll have to follow them with the camera. I see some collision with Alkrim Kura. Saddam with has been involved as well towards turn 7. Down the inside, we have a few cars going already. And I apologize for the tower. Oh, there's a crash! There's a crash between Karachi and Nick Gold. And I believe that's the 2 drivers that are involved. Going now towards turn 8. I will use the free cam for now until, of course, the tower comes back. We have a move down the ends of turn 10. Oh, collision contact. Pushed off the track. That's Lama and Sparks involved in that incident. And, well, I'll have a see if I can bring the tower back manually. We have the second tower. So Andy Park leads off. There we go. The tower is finally back. Pardon me there. So Andy Park leads off the grid with only 1 second ahead of Wagenvoort and Prentic in P3. Derek in P4. Kaka P5. Samuel brought himself up into P6. Already in a battle here towards turn 1. Will we see an overtake opportunity? We see Kaka in front, trying it, pushes to the inside, now to the outside, side by side action, Brave on the brakes, side by side, and Kaka got past. Simon that was going to look as well, round the inside of turn 2, incredible double overtake. Derek lost the 2 positions there towards turn 3, and now towards turn 4 and 5. Bit of a train follow through here. This is a bit difficult to get overtake done. Wagenvoort followers lost a bit of time to Andy Park. Andy is immediately having a good race out here. And Kaka seems to be a bit of a struggling a bit here with following our top 3 drivers. But again, we are looking now towards turn 8. The long train here following through. Oh, the dirty air. You can feel Derek goes off the track. Where will he rejoin? Oh, he rejoins into Rimkunas. That was a bit of a dirty play there. The stewards will have a look at that one. There's a car off in the back. Lama lost the rear end a little bit and now gives a good chance to Sparks to get past. Incredible. And already an incredibly first couple of laps here. Will Sarah bat himself up into P4, makes himself visible in the mirrors in the back. We have a look for P8. Lama versus Sparks. Lama sends it on the inside. Oh, they collide with the side pods and Lama spins round. A bit of damage on the car there. I see yellow all around. Gonzalez I was about to close in as well. There's a car off. That's Derek. Oh dear. We have a bit of issues with towers there. We'll bring back the other tower. Have a bit of a better look. Pardon me. So we have Park leading off with 1.5 seconds to Wagenvoort. Then it's Prentic following P3. But for P5, you still have to drive Rufet over and Kaka now battling it in turns 5 and 6. Pardon me, 4 and 5. Now towards turn 6. Rufet has got the jump. And Rufet is having an incredible start of the race here to the session. Impeccably done. Getting himself up to where she is now. With a bit of a worse qualifying start. Of course, the top 8 will be reversed for race 2. So this will all be a battle. It will happen again. We also have in the back the 3 drivers come a bit closer together. For P13, the top 10 of the tower is also not showing. Let's see if our tower here will come back. So in the front we have for P8. Lama is increasing the gap too. Gonzalez behind after a few mistakes that happened throughout there. But that is currently all we've seen so far. And in the back for P10, Derek is already around the end of Bivona for turn 12. We will see it now. Derek is going to look for the inside. Hard on the brakes. Who will be braver here? It's Bivona, but bit deep. Huge lockup and goes deep. And Derek got the overtake done. Incredibly done. So Bivona takes his chance to go into the pit lane. And I believe goes for a pit stop. We have, if I'm not mistaken, 1 minute to a pit stop. If not, maybe that was for a cheeky pit stop. But now for P10, Giri Kratochvi versus Nicholas here. Frederick Nicholas tried for the inside, but went deep, and Kratochvi went for a nice switchback. We have a car stopped. Lama is stopped in turn 13. And can we have a look what's happened there? I believe has retired. So we lost the drive. We lost Lama. Lama is retired from the race. Up in front, Andy Park is starting to lose pace to Wagenvoort. Now about 1.1 second. There might have been a slight mistake there. While Prentic is going for the fastest lap currently. Purple sector 1. Also catch the 2 drivers in front. This could become a top 3 battle here. Wagenvoort got a purple sector 2, so he is pushing everything that he has left in the car to gain to Andy Park in front. He's now underneath the 1 second, a bit closer. He could get into the slipstream effect from the lead car there. Towards now turn 13 and now the exit of turn 3. And Andy Park is losing out drastically. What is going on with our leading car? Andy Park struggled this lap. 140.5 while Wagner and Prentic did a 140.0 and 4.2. So Andy Park was the slowest out of the top 6. Andy Park might have made a big mistake there. Always conserving tires. Skycast goes so fast up the race. 140.011. And 8 minutes left in the session. We could have a lead battle here. Also for P11 we also have a battle going on. For P10, pardon me, between Kratoshvili and Nicholas. I will look at that very soon. Here we are. For turn 2 they are. And I believe losing out there was closer to about 1/10, but into turn 1, Nicholas might have made a mistake, or Kratoshvili was just a bit faster through the sector throughout the complex. But in the lead, Wagenwort got himself in the slipstream effect now that he wants to. He's getting pulled by Andy Park, and now we could have a look towards turn 9 and 10, the chicane. We could see Wagenwort look for a good exit. Better corner there, this could be, but oh, goes on the Assetto. This will hurt the acceleration. Andy Park goes offensive. Made a slight mistake there as well. Who made the bigger mistake? It just was Wagenwort, but he is in the slipstream. And now towards turn 12. He makes himself visible, but pulls back in behind Andy Park. He seems to be brave on the brakes through turn 12. Seems to be handling the car better in this middle part of the race. Oh, nearly going into the back there. That was closer than ever, but now on towards the next lap we go. Lap 5 of the race. This could become interesting between our leading cars. Andy Parker, pole sitter, needs to work everything to keep Wagenwort behind, to be the first winner, round 1 winner after 2 years of the league being up. After 2 years of a bit of a break on the league. Who will be our first winner here? It's between Wagenwort and Andy Park. The yellow Andy Park versus the black and red Wagenwort. Again, these names, pardon me for the misbutcher, but now towards turn 6 we go. Turn 7, pardon we go. 2 tenths between these two. Wagenwort is just looking for the opportunity. That looked to be a little bit of a mistake there on the rear end, helping Prentic to close in as well. This could become a three-way battle before the dying stage of race 1. And now towards turn 9 and 10. There half a second between the top 2, and then it's 1.2 seconds to top 2 and from the second to third driver. But with these two close together, Prentic is having a good catch-up battle here. In the back, we might see again for P10. Kratoshvili and Nicholas could fight, but here for the lead. Here we go. Could Wagenwort have the chance? He is behind. He pulls for the inside. Who will be braver? It is just about Andy Park. Oh, there's contact. Andy Park is round. Our leading car is round. Was just tapped by Wagenwort. And Andy Park rejoins in P5. And now Sarah's in this leading battle too. This too, we'll have a look at that one. But Wagenwort is now a leading car of the race, with Prentic and Assetto closing in fast. There could be a bit of front wing damage there, front end damage for a lead car, for the number 33. So they now have to work through that as well. But Andy Park, sad to see out of that incident, comes back out in P5. 5 seconds down. Is quite sad to see. 5 seconds down to a lead, of course, but that is quite sad to see. Wagenwort leads off, but we might have with it over now with only 3 tenths. That is what's happened here. The game just had I believe I just accidentally clicked the screenshot button. That was my mistake. I just fat fingered that button. Now for the leading lead battle here, the top 3 are separated by 8 tenths. Closest we see the top 3 so far, and Wagenwort needs to now handle these 2 behind. He does not have the slipstream. He has no advantage outside of not suffering from the dirty air, but these cars don't have a lot of dirty air. Of course, those aerodynamics are there's more the mechanical grip from the tires that suffer more on those cars. But now towards turn 12, Sarah Feitova is very close by. Will we see an overtake attempt? She looks for the inside, pulls in, laid on the brakes, brave on the brakes, hugs the inside. And she got past for P2. Incredible overtake. Nicely done through there. Up into P2. Oh, Brentig loose on the rear end on the exit of the final corner. And loses out a bit of acceleration there. Andy Park comes off up into P4. Maybe in the last 3 minutes. If these three here battle strongly, Andy could have a slight chance to catch back up at 6 seconds. Very difficult. Nicholas, big mistake in the back. Where is he? He is down all the way in 13th after that mistake. And cost him a lot of damage as well. I believe I saw orange front end. And is the car turning away? Weaving on the straight, but it doesn't seem like... Oh, big lockup, big damage on the car. Oh, dearie me. That looked to be collision, but there's no one around. That's a spin by Nicholas. Can he rejoin safely? There's no car around. In the front, Simon Feitova is starting to lose touch to Wagenvort. Wagenvort is starting to run away again. But Feitova is just in the 1 second mark still. If these cars had theirs, this could be a good advantage. But in 1999 there was no such thing. So, and also F3000 cars didn't have these technological advantages yet. So this is all down to driver skill in towards turn 12. Feitova's got a little bit into the straight. That could be a setup difference, or just slightly bit in the toe. Just barely touching on. And now Sarah's about half a second to the lead car. And we could see Andy Park's teammate, Sarah Feitova, have a look to bring the team up into the top spot again. She makes herself visible on the inside, but then backs behind down for turn 1. But that looked to be a better line by Sarah there. Good run out of turn 1. Now turn 2. Follows in the slipstream towards turn 3. The S's difficult to follow through here, but Sarah needs to manage. This is a chance for Wagenvort to gain a bit of time, to have a bit of a gap, but it doesn't seem like he's managing too well. Sarah's right on the rear end, and now entering the little straight here. We might see a chance here, but not quite. Of course, now the next complex of corners. A bit difficult to go through. Oh, a bit of oversteer. Sarah had to overcorrect and went a bit wide. Now in the back, Prentic is back up for the battle. Could gain his position back. Goes a bit of an alternative line, Prentic. Sarah went more for the inside to defend that line. Did that work? Sarah got a bit of a better run out of that, but that's also with Prentic's dirty air effect. Could also show that Sarah's line might have been better, and of course better also with the dirty air. Sarah lost a lot of time though for the leading battle, so she has to look behind in the mirrors for Prentic. He is 7 tenths behind. With 60 seconds left in the session, we might have one more lap, if I'm not mistaken, towards the final couple of corners. 10 seconds. Actually, I believe this is going to be a final lap. If there's no +1, Jeep Wago is going around the final couple corners with the timer ending now. So final lap, Wago goes through the final corner to cross the line to win in round 1. Race 1. Feitova in P2 and Prentic in P3. Riem Koolhaas, a bit of a quieter race in P4. Andy Park was passed but lost it with probably a mistake again. So P4 goes for Koolhaas and are posted as sadly Andy Park in P5 after that contact. Will start in P4 for the next for race 2 start. Noah Sparks gets P6. Derek is going to cross the line for P7. Tuki Gonzalez is going to cross the line for P8. And Kratochvi for P9 with Bivona. Also a bit of a quieter race for P10. Incredible race 1 with already a bit of controversy happening. Bit of banter, as we do like to say, between our drivers. We might see the paddock chat be a bit more active after the race here. But that was a active race 1 with our leading car opposite and not being able to get it to the win with a bit of controversy. Wagenvort, who started P2, got P3, and Sarah Feitova, an incredible race, got herself up into P2. Now it's going to be a light break before race 2. And then it's going to be all action down on deck again. So let's see how that will go. So slight break also for my voice. It is a scorching 37 degrees Celsius in my room, so I need to look out for my voice before I lose it before race 2. So I'll have also a slight break for my voice before race 2. Oh dear. Losing my breath, just not doing anything. That is summertime for all the viewers who enjoy summertime. Very good for you. Not a big fan myself. For dropping with a fun fact before race 2. Not much to be saying here. So now we have something to talk about. Let's see if I can fix a tower before. Zero config. I believe there's a bit of problems. Here we go. Cars per tower. It does say 32. I'm confused on. Oh, here we go. There we go. Wasn't difficult. Call me a genius. I got the tower back. It's going to be Tuki Gonzalez going about to lead off into turn 1 with Derek in P2, Sparks in P3, Andy Park starting P4 after finishing P5, Rim Kunas P5, Prentek P6, Bufetoa P2 finishing P7, and of course Wagenwerd, winning driver in race 1, is starting down in P8, reverse top 8. And then after that it's going to be the same as they finish in lap in race 1 with Krasocki in 9th, Bivona 10th, Galka P11, Krabbe P12, Nikos P13, and Laman P14. And now we got the tower back. The other tower looked a bit worse in my opinion, so it's good to see that. I fixed it. We're gonna have the lights off any second. That ain't that sound we're hearing. Those are the cars. They are loud. Sound like a fighter jet when stopped, when not moving. But we have our first cars revving the engine. We might have. Lights will turn off any second. The final changes for the drivers. Again, now with race 1, they have learned quite a bit of valuable information that they didn't get in qualifying. How the car handles in a battling scenario. So now they can change it appropriately for race 2. So I'm expecting race 2 to be a closer battle, and also the cars being more set up more for the race environment. You hear the revving of cars. The timer is coming into for a race start. So let's see the race start here. Tuki Gonzalez will lead off with Derek. Andy Park is known for amazing race starts. So something to look forward to. Hawk just joined a bit later, so we have 15 cars now. So lights are on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. As it's go, go, go for race 2 here in Turkey, and Derek got a better start than Gonzalez. Sparks is only looking for the inside as well. Towards someone. Oh, Andy Park takes out Gonzalez. Oh, huge incident between Gonzalez Park and Mufetova. And these brakes didn't seem to have worked into turn 1. What has happened out there? joining back in the back, joining in the back. Derek, incredible, got clean out of that one with Sparks following through. And sad to say, Gonzalez was involved in an incident. I don't see maliciousness in there, but of course that is lap 1, turn 1 incident, as we love and know it. So we have Wagenbot, a race winner, already got up in position with that little incident there, looking to maybe get also cars up in front. Wagenbot, I believe is how you spell it. So following through turn 8, bit of understeer, off he goes nearly, but got it back in. He's already looking for the inside. We're going to see a ascent in towards turn 9. Not quite. With 30 minutes. Of course, there's quite a bit of time. You don't have to push it too far. But he's got a good run. Got nearly onto the grass. Side by side. Kalkas pushes him as much as he can. Squeezes him off. Wheel to wheel action. Towards turn 12. Wagenburg got past just ahead. We also have side by side with Bivona and Kradochvi. Who's going to be braver here? It's Bivona with the inside line to get the advantage. And got past. Catch my breath here now for turn 13 and 14 in the back. We have a free wide action to the final corner. Oh, dearie me. Oh, pushes Lama slightly off with the inside line. And it's Rimkunas who got past, but Nichols and move it over. And it's all hell breaking loose into turn 1. Nearly free wide action. Well, there's a lot of smoke. Oh, there's collision. Nichols is round. So is Gonzalez. So is Lama. Oh, huge. Andy Parks is involved in another incident. Oh, dear. Oh, and that was a revenge hit back. Oh, dear. That was not going to be looked at great. And that's huge damage to the car. We see the rear wing and the front wing absolutely damaged. I think that's going to be their race over. But in front, Sarah slightly above to the incident as well. Has to battle herself up as well. And sad to see that's how that battle ended. Sad to see how that's Andy's race ended. Kratochvi loses the rear out of turn 7. Drops down to P10. Sarah got another position up in front. Wagenbot, a race 1 winner. Goes off up into P5. A little bit of a blank spot in the middle of 2 groups. Sarah with it as the driver to look forward to right now. She has the skill behind her driving. Needs to get past a few drivers here, but of course a lot of action happening out on track. Turkey isn't the easiest of tracks, and with these cars I can imagine that as the race 2 pressure build up, you just know, I believe also not only here it's warmer for the drivers as well. That was nearly free wide action to turn 12. Sarah's gonna look for the middle, that backs out. Ryan Hawk goes for the inside. Gets it done cleanly. Sarah might be looking for a round outside. 2 inside move. Oh, there's collision. There's a contact there. Front end to rear end tap. And that is Rimkuna slightly round. Sarah got the position down at the end with no big trouble on her side. And the back, Rimkuna is already trying to get back to position just lost in that half slide. Towards the inside. Gets it nicely down. Kratoshvi is not giving too much trouble. Oh dear. And up in front for the lead of the race, we have going on here another freeway battle between Derek, Prentic and Sparks. Prentic is looking for the inside. P3 finish in race 1. He's looking to go for the win in race 2. Goes to the inside for the down under maybe. Is it going to work? It is going to work. Let's see down under to work. Side by side towards turn 8. Long left-hander, he's gone for the outside, so there will be the lesser faster line, and it shows he had to back out of that one. Derek gets it back, with it goes up another position, P7, but in the back we have Pivoda closing it as well, with this battle going on here for the lead. The white Red Bull versus the black and red, I believe that's a Vauxhall sponsorship on there, and the black and yellow Sparks car in the back. Derek leads off, followed by Prentic and then Sparks towards turn 12. Big overtake opportunity here, and Prentic might take it. No, he makes it, but backs out of that one. Does scare Derek into a slight mistake in the back. Pivoda makes some bigger mistakes. Went pretty deep, and Wagenman could have a chance for P4 here. But for the lead, Peter Prentic had a good nearly down under. Go tucks us over the slipstream. Is he gonna pull out? Yo, oh, that is a late move by Derek to defend into turn 1. Prentic for the outside. Looks for the down under again, but couldn't quite make it. But that's Derek off onto the AstroTurf where there's not much grip. Turn 2. Prentic is going for the inside. Side by side towards turn 3. Oh, the millimeters between their cars. All actions breaking here. And that's Derek but deep into turn 5. Now turn 4 now, turn 5. And these three are not leaving their side at all. Could Prentic be looking for the inside of turn 7? He might be. Is he brave on the brakes? Made Derek go a bit wide. Oh, there's contact. Wheel to wheel action. Banging wheels. And now Sparks is looking for the inside of turn 8 of Prentic. Prentic is going to have the disadvantage line. And it shows Sparks gets past. But Prentic looks for the down under. Is it going to work? He's on the grass. They are side by side. And they collide. But they survive. In the back, we want to go wide. And now turn 9. Oh dear. Sparks keeps the position for now. But Derek can run away with this little battle here for P2. And Bivona in the back is right under pressure with Wagenvoort. Wagenvoort looks for the inside of the little turn 11 kink. Gets it done there. They're still side by side though. So who will be brave on the brakes? Is it Wagenvoort? Is it going to be Bivona? Oh, Bivona breaks out of that one. Out of here. And we see Prentic trying it right now outside. But got onto the grass and had to back out of that one. Oh, that is very close to the rear end. Sarafay Topper gets another position done. But they're still side by side. And will we see it down under move by Kaka? Not quite. So Sarafay promotes himself up into P6. Katachi makes a mistake in the back. That's around turn 13. To find a couple corners and comes out with a bit of a half spin. Hopefully the tires are still in good shape. But here in the lead, you have the top 5 are separate by nearly 3 seconds. That is nothing. All the cars are in a tidy line here in sector 1. The end of sector 1 now. Turn 5 and now 6. And now Sparks is slightly losing out a touch on Derek. Prentic behind tried to keep up with Sparks, but with a little good battle couldn't quite match. But we have a race 1 winner now following behind to Prentic. Prentic is now under pressure from behind, but he needs to keep the pressure up in front as well if he wants to have a chance for a good podium position. Of course, P3 is the second best positions you like to see because you're best off the top, still on the top podium. P4 is a position you don't want to be because it just does spike, does feel a bit more painful if you know that you lost out on that podium position. But we have a battle here for P3. Prentic versus Sparks. Prentic is looking for the outside turn out the inside of turn 12. Will he be brave on the brakes here? Yes, he will. Can he keep the car together? Yes, he does. And he's up into P2. Getting himself back up there. And Sparks can only watch and follow through in this complex. And now Wagenvoort got close again after that little wobble out of turn 10. We see towards turn 1 now. Sparks is going to look for the inside. Will he do a brave overtake here? Makes Prentic go for a wider line, which does compromise his exit a little bit towards turn 3 now. Sparks is going to look for the inside while Prentic defends the inside line. Pardon me, Sparks goes to the outside. Can he keep the run out on the outside? Can he keep the grip? Now he has the inside for turn 4. He is still there, side by side, has the outside for turn 5. Is that going to be the better line? He's going to have to go right away round. Couldn't quite keep it together now towards turn 7. Looks for the inside. Wagenvoort now behind. Has to calculate some straight to the Prentic. Went wide of turn 7, giving Sparks a great run up into P2 again. Prentic is right on the rear diffuser off that F3000 car, but couldn't make anything happen into turn 8. That's Wagenvoort going a bit wide on the back, looking for a good exit out of this complex here. Now towards turn 9 and 10. Oh, that's a late dive by Prentic, scaring Sparks into a major mistake, but didn't quite work. Wagenvoort now is in a bit of a battle here now too. Looks for the outside nearly. It tucks himself back into safety for turn 11. Is he going to look for the outside, which turns into the inside of turn 12? Yes, it is for the inside. Is he going to be braver? Can he make it stick? Can he do a double overtake on the inside of Sparks? And he got Prentic but couldn't get Sparks. Sparks places the car in a perfect spot to not let Wagenvoort by. Prentic behind as well. This is a four-way battle for P2. Prentic had a good run out of the final corner. Follows on the slipstream of Sparks. This could be a running outside overtake for Prentic here, if he's brave enough to do so. Vagabond defends the inside quite nicely and keeps P free. Now turn 2, following 3 here. That's a good run by Prentic again, but once he gets too close, he needs to decide where to stick the car. That's a mistake by Vagabond, going a bit deep. For the outside, it's gonna Prentic do the down under like 3 times here. Pivona's in the battle with Fetova now. Prentic follows through. Oh, loses a bit the rear end, but keeps the car together towards turn 7. Prentic sends it down. He said it's very deep, and Vagabond goes back past. Can Pivona have a chance here as well? Siren with Fetova losing rear end a little bit around the turn 7. Now for the long left hand of turn 8. It is Vagabond who leads off this little group here. Incredible fight up from him. He's done incredibly so far with his teammate leading the race. We have a spin in the back, Rimkunas. This could be a retirement here. Back to the battle for P3. Smooth Torres right on the rear end of Pivona. We could see Sarah try to do an overtake in turn 12. Depends what choice she takes. She looks to the inside. Where is she gonna go? Is she gonna take the overtake opportunity? Yes, she does. Is she braver? Pivona keeps a good grip right on the outside, but it's just not enough. Sarah leaves the space and gets past for P5. Lost a bit of touch to the top 3 battle here. So now it's a top 2 battle here. It's now Prentic and Sparks. Prentic could have a look at Vagabond. These two are not leaving each other's sight. For turn 2 now. Prentic follows through nearly 3 minutes remaining. That's 2 laps. This and the next one. Pivona retires from the race. Surprisingly, that's I believe out of turn 1. A mistake has happened there. So that's Pivona out of the race. Vagabond is now set its sight on Sparks for P2. P1 might be just out of reach, but of course we don't know yet. There's still good time to go. Anything can happen. Towards turn 8. Long left-hander following through, nice and tidy. Vagabond is gaining ever so slightly. Is half a second down to P2 now. Even closer, 2 tenths towards turn 9. He could look for the slipstream and overtake opportunity. We are on board now towards turn 11. Let's see the speed difference. 260 kilometers an hour. 270 nearly. Up the hill towards turn 12. Look at that. Are we going to see a ascent to the inside? Vagabond looks for it. He's very brave on the brakes. Can he keep it stick? Yes, he does. But Sparks, oh, he sent very late send to get it back up. Bit of contact through there. Rubbing his racing. Do people say, oh, Prentic loses the red news? Prentic is round. He was stuck on the AstroTurf, and that was a place where you don't want to get your car stuck on. And that lost him the rear end. Sparks himself up in P2 again with a bit of elbows out action. Vagabond's pressure in the car is going to increase. Of course, maybe not the happiest out of that overtake opportunity. It's going to be a final lap here now as well. Hawk spins round. That is out of turn 13. Can he bring the car back? Let's have a look. It doesn't seem to me. I believe Hawk is also going for a retirement, sadly, in the final lap of the race. Vagabond, this is his final chance here to maybe look for a P2 opportunity. Of course, a P3 is still incredibly well done. Sparks is not going to let go easy. We saw how he kept the position. Sparks is fighting blood and tears for their P2 towards turn 9. Sparks defends the inside. There's a bit of collision between the two, but Vagabond could put himself past. Sarah sends it for the inside. Can Sarah look for the final podium position? 3-way battle. Sparks on a good run out of turn 10. Vagabond follows through but has to look behind because Sarah now has a good opportunity towards turn 12 for the final time. Derek is going for the final time, round of turn 12. We will look at that car, but will Sarah do something here? Round the outside, which sadly didn't work out. I have to click away from this battle because Derek is going to cross the line to win race 2. Incredibly done, with Sparks coming in P2. Wagenwert P3 and Wolfetova P4 with no space between them. This was very close for the final podium position. Prentic slightly with the spin, finished P5. Kaika P6, Kratochvil P7. It's on the final stretch, back straight now. Hawk is a lap down, which I believe also has finished the race. So Kratochvil with the final car to finish the race in the strong P7 still. Good points to the name. Always looking forward to that. Bit of a drift there in the final couple of corners. But it's Derek, our race winner for race 2. After keeping it clean out of lap 1. He's just managed to keep it together to complete it. To finish first you have to finish. And Derek has shown us that that is a strong statement. Congratulations to Derek for the win. I believe it's going to be a double win for the team here. I believe the team... Let me have a look for the team name. The team name is the Sunny GP. SGP, the Sunny GP car. They have both won the race. First it was Wagenwert, then it was Derek to win. It was an incredible race to commentate so far, but it's not going to be the end yet. We will have interviews. I believe we will have the 2 Sony drivers coming in first or last, depending on when they want to be interviewed. But this was incredibly. This was a race to be remembered after 2 years of no racing in the league. This is an incredible bang to start off the season. I am looking forward to hopefully commentate the next few races. But wow, tonight's race, both races were extra special to watch. The word didn't come to mind. Sad to see that sadly Andy Park put hours on hours on end, sadly having a weekend that ended up like that. Sadly that is how racing often is. And with that, we're coming to the interview section of the weekend. So I will hear you soon there. And I believe we'll have a look on the first driver that we're gonna have. I just noticed I don't have a interviews voice channel. Well, we'll have to figure that out quite fast. We have a few drivers already waiting, I believe. Andrew Bayer, Noah Sparks. Andrew Bayer, I believe, hasn't raced, but still there. Noah Sparks and Sam Feitova. So we will hear them quite soon. But first, to get a message out there first. To get, and I believe also Antoine Capon, which I believe and Kentucky. We have drivers piling up on in the waiting list to be interviewed. This will have to wait just a little bit. But incredible race so far tonight. To have said, the race had the league had a 2-year break from racing, and I have to say, after a crazy start of the season, this was very successful, I have to say, of a race start. So can't wait to see what the drivers have to say after that. well, getting a peace of mind of what the drivers felt throughout the race. But of course, sadly, it does have to wait a little bit. I can run you through the race 1 finish. It was Jaap Wangwert in the Sony GP car finishing first. Then it was in the Minerva racing car Selma Fedova, and then in the SRT Peter Prentic. Then Stella in the Stella car Algarim Kunas and Andy Park in P5 in the second Minerva car. Then Noah Sparks in the KV Group in the KV Group car, and Varro Derrick in the second Sony GP car, who won race 2 of course. And interesting that we slightly have to wait here. I do apologize for this little break here. We will have an answer. We will have the interviews very soon. While this break is happening, I remind all viewers, keep hydrated in these hot temperatures, and of course, staying hydrated is very important in a heat wave that Europe is currently going through. There's already a bit of banter going on in the voice in the paddock chat, which I will definitely not speak out. Well, pardon me for not having much to say currently. It's the issue is being resolved as we speak. Hopefully, we'll have very soon the answer. Something I gotta say, something I had seen not many leagues do that I done the intro at the start of the race. If anyone has missed it, now is a good time to rewind back to the start of the stream. The intro has been put a lot of effort in by the league owner, so showing love and respect there to the owner at the start for the work that he's put in for the pictures, and of course also the work on the intro. So we have to keep something up. Well, I'm having a look at paddock chat, and currently I wish I could show this because there's something going on there, but of course keeping it private to the drivers, keeping their privacy there, very important. So hopefully we'll have an answer very soon for the interview problem. Seeing that the owner sadly is currently hung up with a few issues of his own, so I'll try to find an option too for now. Once I have confirmation, we'll have the interviews very soon here. Yeah. So I'm bit of issues here. Hopefully, pardon me about this ending problems here. Okay, I do have an answer now. There we go, so it shouldn't take long. Here we go. Oop, pardon me, that's Discord music. Jump scare. Oh, you guys didn't hear that. Oh, my mistake. Alrighty, I believe we are soon to have the interviews now. I apologize for the delay. So here we are. Every driver can hear me. I'm now up on the pedestal. Hello everyone. As you didn't hear, I'm the commentator for tonight that has commentated the weekend. And here will happen the interview. So who hasn't joined yet should hopefully join soon. We'll go one by one through. The order will be decided by, of course, our owner here to be spoken. So we'll see whoever will be brought up first. Hopefully you are okay that the interviews are not going to be too private. At the end, they're going to be broadcast on the stream anyway, so exactly. So whoever wants to join up here first, just raise your hands up. And we have our first driver here, Derek, race 2 winner, and I believe P7 finish in race 1. How did it go? Tell us your perspective on the race. How did it feel in starting this league after this big break? What were your expectations entering the weekend?
At first, I shouldn't be here because at first I was going to be replaced by one of my teammates. So I just never practice the track, and I just start to practice some things like 13 minutes ago before the race. So I don't feel like I'm at the right place for winning the second race after everything happened.
I mean, to be a reserve driver, to win, that is... I mean, probably the team boss is going to have a look at you now as a potential driver. That you've shown great potential throughout the weekend. P7 finishing race 1 after an incredible race 1 start. There was also mayhem happening there. And race 2, keeping it out of trouble. You did well there as well. What was going through your mind in race 2 now that you gave us that information?
At first, I didn't really think of it because after 2-3 minutes, I just start to see that I was 1.5 seconds slower than the guys behind. So I was feel like I was not gonna stay still in the P1. But after a great battle, I start after 10 minutes to start to go, and they start to fight behind, so they lose a lot of time. So I try to stay still and do not make any error. So it was quite difficult, but yeah, it's happened, and I couldn't really believe it at the last lap until I crossed the line without any problem. So very great race. The second race was very incredible, great battle. So I really like it.
Well, incredibly there, good insight. How, if you want to give the viewers a thought on how these cars drive the F3000 from 1999, that'll be great insight information.
The car is pretty technical because you don't have a lot of marge, and to make the car for you, so you have to adapt a little bit sometime. But yeah, I think anyone could drive it if he takes some time just to practice a little bit. Everyone can do it. That's all for me.
Wow. Well, that was an incredible, as I said before, congratulations on that win and this amazing weekend. Last final question, were you expecting that win after the qualifying session?
I don't really know. At first, I was expecting to try to finish the P5, P6 due to my lack of practice. But after everything happened, I think we are not in a very bad place. I'm gonna just say one more thing. I excuse myself for my pretty bad English.
No, don't worry about that.
So I try I try to make as best as I can, but my English is not that great. That's all I've got to say. Good evening for everyone, and thank you very much for this race.
Well, thank you so much for giving us that great action. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy that win, and well, fully deserved on your side. You kept a good race, so have a good rest of the day. Good rest of the evening here, Wednesday evening.
Thank you.
All right, and I believe next up we're gonna have Noah Sparks, a driver who finished in P2 in race 2. And we're gonna see all Vincunas depending on who wants to be up here first, one of the two. So let's see who will be picked. Can only be one. I believe I can't sadly drag him up here, so but for issues, we're gonna can we have one of the two drivers up here, please? Maybe. apologize for this. I can't drag him up here, and I believe the owner here is going a bit of. Here we go. Pardon me. So no, no Sparks, welcome up here.
Actually, hello, what's up?
Run us through your thoughts before I start with the questions. How was the weekend?
Well, it was quite rocky at the start because we were still kind of testing the setup. Of course, for me at least, the track surface was different from what we practiced on, so we had little tweaks right before qualifying. So it was all about building confidence during qualifying as well. And seeing that the cars in front of me were 2 seconds quicker was a bit worrying for me in the start. We ended up qualifying inside top 10 in the first race. Just drove around all the chaos in the first race and had a scary moment where I almost broke my suspension. I had to go off track, hit some sausage curbs, made my car jump. But yeah, decent first race. I think I finished P6. So we ended up starting P3 somehow. I don't know how that happened. I should be starting P4. Then I saw
No.
I saw Andy actually take out someone during the start. I just drove around it, was right behind Warlaw throughout most of the race. Did not manage to keep up with him, but behind me I saw a bunch of dudes rapidly catching up, so I was getting a little bit worried, but I kept my pace strong, kept defending, and we fought through the end and got P2.
In race 2, you had an incredible battle near the end, at the end of the race between you and Wagenwort. Definitely butchered that name, but how did that battle feel, knowing that he was race 1 winner and you had to keep him behind to keep your P2 position?
I've raced with Yop before in the past, funnily enough, and I know how quick this guy is, so I was a little bit worried, but at the same time, I was also confident because he had less experience in the car, so I knew I had the upper hand in that regard. So I just kept my confidence strong, and knowing from inside that the higher I drive in position, the more confident I get. And knowing that I'm consistent, I just kept my pace strong and do what I do well, and that's defending.
Oh, well, that's a great insight to see that the higher you are, the more confidence you have. I know drivers who get more scared the higher they are, knowing that the fast drivers are behind catching. There was a bit of a moment in the final few minutes of race 2 where to get back into P2 you had a bit of a contact with Wagenwort. How did you feel in that contact?
I guess it was kind of like heat of the moment, really. Like, he was on my inside, going outside, because there's this left, right, left into the final corner. Going into the right, he was on the outside, and I just wanted to make it a little bit hard for him and also take a quick line through there. But putting my foot down a little bit too early gave me a little bit of understeer, and I slightly understeered into him. So that was a little bit of a miscalculation on my hand, but I don't think the consequences were too bad, so I'm not too worried on that department.
How does the car drive with the damage that got inflicted? Does damage impact the car a lot, or does the car still drive pretty well even with a bit of damage?
I mean, the contact I had with Yop was just too minor to give me any noticeable damage. At least I didn't notice it. Although when you do slam into someone, into their side pod or something like this, or someone slams into your back, destroying your rear wing, you will definitely notice a loss of downforce, as that's what these cars heavily rely on, of course. Serratus did a great job making these new tires for us on these Lolas. These grooved slicks are feeling great, and but yeah, on the other side, you rely a little bit more on downforce. So especially when you're in dirty air or have wing damage, you'll definitely notice you'll have to back out a little bit more into corners and braking zones. So yeah, that's something to always keep in mind.
And in qualifying, I asked a question as well before. Were you expecting that P2 finish after your qualifying session?
I mean, I knew going into doing the test race and knowing there's a reverse top 10 for race 2, I know we just had to finish somewhere in the bottom 5 of the top 10 to still get some good points and get a good starting position for race 2. So I tried to maximize it by getting P5, but we ended up getting P6 instead. So yeah, that gave us a good amount of points and also a good starting position for race 2. But in the end, I wasn't expecting to keep the guys behind me, the faster guys behind me. So I surprised actually myself with my defending abilities, and I also got some compliments from Peter, especially for my defending. I did give him a hard time, but we kept it clean at the same time, so I'm happy about that. Great racing.
Awesome. Do you have any final words?
I mean, I hope we go back to Turkey next season. Great country, love the food here. Great track as well. So in general, also good track for racing. And yeah, just focus on the next race and keep this good racing up. And thank you so much for allowing the people outside of the league to see us performing.
Well, doing what I do best. So have a great rest of the night. Enjoy your podium position, that P2 that very well you fought for, and take a bit of a rest. I heard after a race like that, your heart must be pumping. So.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright. We have a Rimkuna still up here with there we go. P. Well, how first falls of the weekend? How did it go for you?
It was the quality was good. The first race was decent, but the second race was I think the worst at the DNF. It was not clean racing the entire time for me. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I just have a lot to learn from.
How did your race weekend go? Tell us your positions, because we believe you did qualify in the top 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Me and Peter, my teammate, finished P2 and P3 on the quali. I think Peter finished like P. Wait, I gotta check.
He was
I
P3 and race
P4 in the
race
first
2.
race.
Peter
I was
got
P4 in the first race, and yeah, Peter crashed. Had an incident on the second race. So yeah, I don't know. It was a decent first weekend, I guess. The quality was amazing though.
well, that was well, as a lot of the insight given there by you. Did the race weekend go also how you expected, or what? Did it go out? Was it more out of your control? Your finishing positions.
I think in the quali it was more than we expected, but during the race it was definitely less. I just second race I think I was like okay, I can talk about the first race. I was P3, first corner happens, I'm P9. I just I guess I gotta work on my starts. I just don't want to get into any accidents, and it seemed to happen still.
Trying to stay out of trouble, still manage to keep getting trouble. That's the nature of racing as it goes. Sadly, that does happen. With race 2, you were near the crash that happened turn 1, right? Tell us your thoughts how it looked from your perspective.
It was. I just see Andy flying. I see Sarah flying. I survived it somehow, but again, I think I lost a couple positions. I think second race everyone was more aggressive. Just I don't know if more aggressive or just being more stupid, but that's something to talk about.
The stewards
Yeah,
have
it
to
was
decide that one.
very scary from my perspective. I was pretty close to that.
It was basically a bomb getting blowing up near you. So luckily, you got out of trouble there. But I must have said that must have been a bit traumatic, seeing cars fly into turn one near you as well. But I believe your races were more calm. You kept yourself out of trouble. In the broadcast, you were more between cars, which is not bad. Of course, keeping out of trouble is always a strategy of its own. But your thought in the race, were you hoping to be closer to cars and battles, or were you also like hoping to stay out of dirtier and battles across the races?
Of course, I wanted to be close. I mean, I was fighting for a podium, but things happened, and yeah, I have a couple crashes. I do a mistake of my own, and boom, I'm like between cars. Yeah, it wasn't planned.
Much to be learned. Of course, race one, it's always that learning experience, as you said yourself. Lots to be learned for the next round, and I'm gonna wish you the best of luck for that one. Do you have any final words for the interview here?
I think as the last team in the predictions, we did pretty good.
Absolutely, you did. Fantastic weekend by you. Enjoy the rest of the day, and of course, as I said in the stream as well, with the heat wave happening, stay hydrated.
Alright. Thank you.
So we have Peter Prentic now up here. Incredible. Also there we have a podium finish, I believe in race one it was.
Yeah.
Can you run us through your thoughts of the weekend?
I mean, mixed feelings, to be honest. We had a really good quali, which I think is the thing that mainly contributed to our racing finish. I mean, not particularly for Auge. He went down to P9, and then somehow he ended up in P4, which is amazing in my opinion. But yeah, P3 for the first race. Kind of was pretty nervous, not gonna lie, on the first race. And yeah, I just started making a lot of mistakes, unnecessary mistakes that could have been avoided really easily. And yeah, I mean, first race could have been a lot better, but I'm happy with the podium. I'm happy how it ended. So yeah, that's basically everything when it comes to the race one. And he was just like in some areas too quick. Definitely with the quali pace, too quick. Like 8/10 quicker on quali is just, in my opinion, really crazy.
And race two, how would that go for you?
Well, race two was really insane, in my opinion. There was quite a lot of fighting, a lot of overtakes happening. Mainly, me and Noah were the ones who were fighting for the podium positions, like P2 and P3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's just, I'm gonna be honest, he's a really good racer. He is really fast and really aggressive at the same time. He's really aggressive. When he defends, he will defend that position, definitely. And it's on you to be a touch more aggressive than him. So yeah, today I wasn't that aggressive. Maybe the tires were also a bit the factor there, but he was definitely better today. But we will see next race. Maybe it will not be the case.
Of course,
Yeah.
long season forward. Pardon me there, long season forward. It's not the
yeah.
championship is not won in round one, basically. So
No, but still a good start to the season. I'm really happy how it started. We're P3 in the constructors, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty good start, and P5 and P6 in the drivers championship. A lot can change, of course, through the season. So I'll say this is a good start, a good like base to everything that we're going to do through the season.
absolutely, that's a positive mindset that we always love to see. Well, you basically answered already everything that I was looking forward to ask. Do you have any final words?
I mean, the when I said the mix of feelings that I had, it's mostly because of the crash in the second race. I don't know, just
The lap
on
one?
that last corner, I just lost the rear. I thought first that I was clipped on my front, and that was the reason why I lost my car. But when I reviewed the live stream, It really did not look like that, so it was my mistake again. But P5 at the race too, so that's also a good positive for today.
Absolutely, not bad. Thank you so much for being up here.
No
Enjoy
problem.
the rest of the weekend. Congratulations on that podium in race 1, and stay hydrated.
Thank you, man. Goodbye.
Alright, and I believe next up is Kratochvil. Of course, then now I'm going to have to ask, have I pronounced the name correctly?
Jiří Kratochvíl.
Kratochvil. I'll
That
try.
should be.
Of course, always asking before I say the names wrong. So, thoughts on the weekend? How did it go for you?
Well, in race 1, in lap 1, I spawned by myself, got a damage mostly on the front, but I was pretty much consistent but slow. Like I was doing 44s at the best, maybe 43s. Like and finished P9 actually, I think. And in race 2, after that contact with Jab, I don't know how to pronounce it. After the contact with him, I got rear wing damage and surviving the whole race. Like I was far behind everyone after that race. I was just surviving the whole race with rear wing damage. It wasn't critical, but it made the car unstable in slow corners.
I see. At the start of the weekend, did the weekend go how you expected it, or with now the collisions that you said, was it sadly not where you expected yourself to be?
Well, I maybe in race 1 I could at least avoid it, like by being more careful, but I could get taken out like in race 2. It's something like really like, because I could like brake like later and downshift, like get more rotation, but I'll like spin out, or I'll brake earlier, stay in third gear on the first lap and get taken out by somebody. It's like some dilemma during the race.
So a lot
And,
looking.
but probably like,
Oh, pardon me, yeah.
yeah, but probably like second gear it was in that corner mistake, so I should maybe stay in the third gear and going wide instead. Like that's option too.
Lots to be learned, I see. So for the rest of the season, this is a good beginning part as well for you there. Looking forward to see how your season goes on. Do you have any more to say for your races? Anything that I've missed?
Well, especially in race 2, even when I was spinning, I was profiting from crashes from others. Basically, everyone was like DNF'd, and yeah, like I finished like I think P7. I think after that race. Otherwise, I would be like way lower with that damage. Like even when I was faster than in race 1, I couldn't be consistent with the rear wing damage.
Interesting, of course. That's actually interesting to hear now that with damage you feel that was a better outcome. Well, the more you learn, gotta say. And rarely hear that people say, yeah, that the damage came in a good time. Good to hear that it came for you. Happy to hear that it went your favor at the end of the day. Of course, people are not happy with collisions, and well, you managed to get the best out of it, so that's great. That's a good mentality to have while racing. Do you have any final words for the interview?
Well, I even realized now I've profited from the massive pile up in turn 1, I think, like, or basically in lap 1, and I went up from P9 to P4 in just corner.
That is that is a huge jump. Gotta say, that's perfectly played out for you there.
Yeah, but it didn't last long, sadly. Like after I got taken out a lap later.
That's well, you win some, you lose some, as some say. Well, that was a really good weekend on your part. Congratulations on those good points finishes. Have a good rest of the week of the day, Wednesday, and stay hydrated. Of course, I believe the heat wave is all over. Guys, I need to get myself a glass of water as well soon.
Well, here it's just over 30, it's nothing critical. But yeah, I should drink more.
Always good to stay hydrated. All right, thank you so much, and we have Nicole's now up here. Frederick Nicoles.
Yeah.
First thoughts on the weekend. How'd it go for you?
Well, the day started great with both of me and my teammate qualifying right on the edge of the top 10, which was exactly what we planned prior to qualifying. When race 1 came around, I had a very good start, but one of the Dark Star cars spun on one of the easiest corners on the track, but supposedly he got hit from behind, so... But regardless, the result was an unavoidable crash that wrecked my front wing and damaged a bit of my side skirting on my car. But then I managed to claw back and get back up with the other Dark Star car, which I'm pretty sure was being streamed. Very good battle between me and the other Dark Star car. But dirty air and tyre wear made the car undrivable at the end. And then race 2 started all right, but I did bog down at the race start. But then I managed to stay with the pack for a whole lap without any chaos ensuing. And around the final corner, there was a Tiger Sport car, a Minivera car, and a Salvalo car. And I tried to go for the gap, and I got it. I got past the Minvera and the Tiger Sport car, but then the driver driving the Tiger Sport car went for a gap that didn't exist first corner and just hit me in the rear, and I spun out, took my teammate out. So yeah, frankly, it was a disgraceful day for the team.
Well, could we say that there's lots to be learned and to be improved for the rest of the season? Well, of course, out of...
Yeah, I think maybe I don't know, maybe bigger tracks, not tracks that have like tight corners around the corners. Like the first corner in Turkey is quite like, it's downhill and it squeezes, so you got like 3 drivers piling into one tight corner. Maybe we could look for a different alternative for Turkey next season, obviously, but I'm excited for Malaysia.
Mixed reviews about Turkey. We heard someone say we hope to see that next season round again, and now they're hoping to see a change. I'd pile it up as mixed reviews about Turkey here. Istanbul is some drivers' favorites track, some people just not a cup of tea, as people say. Throughout your weekend, just a bit of disgraceful team. Did you feel after quali that the weekend didn't just go how you wanted, or do you feel like it just was out of your control, that just fate took its turn?
The qualifying, we were in a position which we talked about before the race and before quali, and everything was going perfectly. We were discussing what would happen with cars in front, what would happen with cars behind, and those things happened. But at a corner which we didn't particularly discuss was the part that the Dark Star driver span out and caused me to break my front wing. I don't know. It's a tough weekend, so I think we would have to look over the data and stuff.
That's great to hear. That's looking for hopefully better results next rounds up. Yeah, looking forward to you getting a good performance in the next few rounds. Do you have any final words for the interview here?
I hope that we have supporters coming with us into the next round, and I hope the next race in Malaysia will be much cleaner than today's race.
Oh, it's good to hear. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your Wednesday, and stay hydrated.
You too.
Thank you. And Jaap Wagenvoort. Now you're gonna have to definitely tell me that I definitely misspelled your name, didn't I? Is your microphone not working? Oh dear.
Yes, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Yeah, no, you did it all well.
I spelled your name correctly. That's a good start of the interview. Race 1 winner, congratulations. How did that feel? First round, first race.
Really unexpected. We all saw the lap times that Andy was doing. Crazy fast. And yeah, all I was trying to do was just my best. It's a new car for me. And had some fun. It was P4 in qualifying. And just yeah, moved up to second place, had a good lap 1. And then I was so surprised by Andy not pulling away. I thought he was playing a game with us by just backing up into us, but apparently he was on the wrong setup. So I came closer and had a run on him, and then I just got caught out. I didn't want to pass him, but I just touched his gearbox and it spun him around. So yeah, it was unfortunate. It was not my intention, and it's always a shame when it happens. But yeah. So sorry, I said my apologies to him for that, but I was still happy with the race.
With that collision, like, what exactly happened? Did you misjudge Andy's braking point, or was there a little bit more than what saw the eye?
No. It was I was alongside him, but I didn't want to force a pass there, so I just want to chuck right behind him, and I was just too close. So it was just, yeah. But he also braked a little bit earlier than I expected, and yeah, because I didn't know that he was on a wrong setup, so he might have braked a little bit earlier because he had some problems. But still, it's on me because I'm driving behind him, so it's my responsibility to keep it clean, of course. So I'll take any responsibility. But yeah, it's part of racing. It happens, so it wasn't intentional.
Good sportsmanship shown there. At the end, after the collision, you still kept your head down and drove a good race. So at the end, it did still play out in your favors afterwards. How did race 2 go for you? I saw you had a good catch-up race, but let's hear your words on how race 2 went.
Yeah, it's always difficult with a random reverse grid. So it's come from P8 or P7.
P8.
Had a good start because in front of me a few cars had a big collision. I kept the inside line, which was my plan on this track because the first corner is downhill, so it's tricky. Cars swerve to the outside. So stick it to the inside, moved up to P5, and then had again a minor collision with Giri. Again, I just wanted to have a look in the corner before all the left-handers, and it just touched the rear of the car. Also my mistake, I guess. So yeah, that was a shame. After that, I had a brilliant fight with Peter. It was lovely. I thought it was on stream as well. We had some really good battles, and then I had a run on Noah with a few laps to go. But then I got a dive bomb by Sarah on the last lap, so I couldn't make a pass. So it was third overall. But again, yeah, I saw that Giri filed an instant report on that collision that we had. So let's wait and see. But at least I'm happy. I'm extremely happy with the win that my teammate Warlow got in the end. He defended like a lion. It was a good first race for us.
Absolutely, Sonny GP dominated this weekend. Gotta say, hearing from you that you're proud, can only say was really shown. Also, well, racing, the mistakes do happen, collisions do sadly happen. It's very rare to avoid them. Have a race with no avoidance, with no incidents. But of course, it's very nice to hear, mistakes being admitted. Of course, so often you do hear that, you do see drivers ignore stuff like that. But great sportsmanship shown by you. So, what I say?
Yeah, you gotta own up to your actions. So it's important that it's not intentional. Racing is close, it's tight. We all do our best. But mistakes happen, and if they happen, you just have to acknowledge and accept. It's the best thing to do and to move forward. So yeah, it is what it is. It's a new car for at least for me, so it's also a steep learning curve. And well, we'll see.
Absolutely. Of course, round one, still lots to be learned. Hopefully you can rewatch the broadcast, enjoy your battles from the third person perspective, and, well, I gotta say congratulations to a win. Any last words?
No, I want to thank you guys for setting up the stream. It's a lot of work. So thanks for that. And now I'll focus on next week's race, where my son Simon is going to make his debut in the junior series. So I'll be watching the stream next week for him.
Incredible, father son. That's always lovely to hear.
Yes, exactly.
Great. Kind of looking forward to that as well myself. Then, incredible. Thank you so much for this, for the battles, for the action that you've shown us, and have a good rest of your Wednesday. And I believe, as I said to everyone, stay hydrated.
Yeah,
and
you too. Bye bye.
Goodbye. And with that, the interviews come to an end, and my final words to the stream is, I'm your commentator, Captain Foxy, and it was a race that lovely to watch. A lot of drama, of course, involved, but in the end of the race, racing just comes down to it. So, I'm your commentator, Captain Foxy. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night to where we are, and see you next round in Malaysia. So, goodbye.